God says, you were not meant to find this message by accident. You were not supposed to keep scrolling. You were not supposed to silence your soul the way you did before. This time, heaven is intervening directly. I, the Lord your God, have spoken your name aloud in the highest realm, and Archangel Michael has descended to you, not in violence, not in warning, but in tears. This time, Michael is not sending a command. He is begging you to hear what he has kept buried behind his armor for far too long. A truth so vast, so ancient, and so intimately connected to your life that it has shaken even the celestial guardians. This truth has waited through time, through pain, through every betrayal you endured, to now, this very moment, because after 9 p.m., it will vanish. Not because heaven wishes to threaten you, but because this window was divinely timed. What you are reading now is not a coincidence. It is the only moment left before everything shifts in a way you cannot imagine. Archangel Michael says, please, I am begging you to stay with this message. I know you've been tired. I know you've been disappointed by false promises. I know you've opened messages before and felt nothing. But I swear by the throne of God, I swear on the golden flame in my chest that was given to me at the beginning of heaven, that this message is not like the others. There is a reason your spirit feels shaky right now. There is a reason your heart is beating harder. It is not panic. It is divine recognition. You are about to be told something that will change you. And I do not mean in metaphor. I mean literally. Something is coming toward you that will either break the chains or bury you in them forever. But this moment, this message, is your rescue. Michael continues, you need to know who has been watching you. You need to know that heaven has not ignored your cries. You need to know that you have been tested, not punished. But the test is nearly over, and there's one final choice you must make. It's not about religion. It's not about proving worth. It's about whether you will hear this or ignore it. Because ignoring this may be your undoing, and I say that with sorrow in my spirit. God says, you have no idea how many tears were shed over you last night in heaven. You were spoken of in the holy courts. Your name echoed through the halls of truth, and as your spirit lay half asleep, angels were standing near your bed, praying that you would not give up in the morning. You have walked through so much, more than others know. You have been carrying a spiritual wound that you cannot even name, but I, the Lord, have seen it. I have counted the days you felt like you had no direction. I have watched people take from you and then call you the thief. I have watched them smile in your face and spit on your name when you turned your back. I have seen you try to forgive them, even when it felt impossible. And I have seen how your kindness was used against you. Michael says, the one who has hurt you most has no idea what is coming for them. Not from vengeance, but from divine exposure. You have been trying to protect their name while they tarnished yours in secret. You've been shielding someone who has been meeting with others behind your back. You've been praying for someone who has been planning against you. But God is not blind. God is not asleep. Heaven has launched an investigation and the evidence is complete. This person has been weighed, and their season of using your mercy as a weapon is over. God says, this is your time of vindication, but you must stay awake spiritually. You must not let yourself walk away from this message, because the timing is not casual. 9 p.m. is not a symbolic hour. It is a portal of decision. You will either step into the miracle that has been knocking for months, or it will go to someone else. Not as punishment, but because heaven cannot force your destiny to arrive if you close the door before it gets there. Michael pleads again, please don't let this vanish. You always scroll past the real ones. But this is not like them. If I could show you what I'm seeing in the spiritual realm, you would scream. I see 2 scrolls. One is glowing, one is burning. The glowing one has your name written on it. The burning one is the fate that was intended for you by those who cursed you. I've been holding the glowing scroll in my hand since before you were born. Every time you almost gave up, I held it tighter. But now heaven is asking me to deliver it, and I can't hand it to you unless you receive it. You must listen. Even though it's painful. You must trust. Even though you've been betrayed. You must believe. Even though they told you to settle for less. Because this scroll carries your restoration. God says, you are about to cry, but not because of sadness. You are about to be broken open, not from pain, but from the sudden realization that I never forgot you. You are about to find out who has been praying for you in secret, who has been fighting for your soul in the courts of heaven, who has been visiting your name at dawn with offerings of pure light. You are not alone. You were never alone. And now, the truth will rush toward you like a flood. Michael says, I am weeping as I speak this. You think I am made of fire and war, but I am also made of love and grief. I have watched you go through seasons that would have destroyed lesser spirits. I have watched you beg God for just one sign, one small proof that you were seen, and every time you asked, heaven wrote it down. Do you know how many pages of your prayers exist in the library of eternity? Thousands. And every page burns with the ink of your hope, even when you felt hopeless. That hope was enough. You think you failed, but in truth, you survived where others drowned. You think you were forgotten, but in truth, you were hidden for protection. You think your time is over, but I swear, it is just beginning. God says, your life is about to make sense. Everything that was stolen will be returned. Everything that was broken will be made whole. Every lie spoken against you will be exposed publicly, and not for drama, but for justice. The person who tried to ruin your name will be shocked by how I raise you in front of the very crowd that mocked you. And this elevation is not to make you boast. It is to let the world know that those who walk in truth will never be left in darkness forever. Michael says, this message carries weight. It carries prophecy. It carries timelines that you must not delay. Someone you love is connected to your destiny, but they are being held hostage by confusion. This person has been silenced by guilt. They believe they hurt you too deeply to return. They have been crying in places you cannot see. They have been replaying the last words you spoke in their mind, wondering if you still remember them with kindness. I need you to know, they are trying to come back. But something is blocking them. And only your alignment can unlock the gate. God says, do not be afraid to love again. The enemy has used your heartache to convince you that safety lies in silence, that protection lies in isolation. But the truth is, healing is only complete in connection. I am not asking you to let toxic people back in. I am not asking you to forget what happened. But I am asking you to open your heart again to possibility. To trust that what I have prepared for you is nothing like what you left behind. You will not be punished for loving wisely. You will not be hurt for walking in truth. This time, the outcome will be different because I am the one writing the story now. Michael says, there's something urgent I must tell you, and I tremble as I reveal it. You are in the center of a divine investigation. A celestial surveillance has surrounded your life because someone tried to place your name in a dark registry, a spiritual record of failure and curses. But God overruled it. Heaven has deleted your name from that book and inscribed it in gold on the new one. This shift happened at exactly 2:03 a.m. 3 nights ago. And I saw it with my own eyes. But if you walk away from this message, your consciousness may miss the alignment that seals the shift permanently. God says, you have 35 seconds to decide. Not to finish reading, but to decide within yourself if you are ready to step into the season that will cost your comfort but give you glory. If you are ready to lay down the identity others gave you and receive the one I created. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are becoming. And heaven has waited thousands of years to see this version of you rise. Michael says, please don't delay. I have kept silent for too long, waiting for you to recognize the signs. But now, I cry aloud, come forth. Heaven is calling your name. The sound is echoing through the realms. You are needed. Your role cannot be filled by anyone else. If you refuse, the world will miss a piece of its healing. You matter that much. You are not random. You are required. God says, I will make them regret ever doubting you. I will lift you in such a way that even your enemies will fall silent. Not because you seek revenge, but because I am the God who vindicates the righteous. I am the God who restores what was stolen. I am the God who turns shame into sacred elevation. Watch how I move. But do not delay. Michael says, one final thing. The number 9 is not just a time. It is a symbol of birthing. That is why 9 p.m. was chosen. Because something in your soul is crowning. And the push cannot be postponed any longer. If you miss this contraction of destiny, the labor will become longer and more painful. Please, take this seriously. Your life will never be the same after this. God says, I am walking toward you now. Can you feel it? The chills are not random. The breathlessness is not panic. It is presence. I am entering your timeline. I am coming with scrolls, with promises, with justice. I am coming with mercy and miracles. I am coming with answers you forgot you asked for. I am coming with names. I am coming with truth. And I will not leave until you are restored. Michael whispers, please. One last time. I beg you. Say yes. Open your spirit. Receive this message. Because after 9 p.m., the door will close. Not out of cruelty, but because destiny must move. And heaven cannot wait forever. God says, the clock is ticking. You have 35 seconds of spiritual stillness. Let your heart answer. Speak yes. Speak now. And watch what unfolds. I am God. I have spoken. And what I declare cannot return void. Your miracle has arrived. Will you receive it? Archangel Michael says, I am standing before you, begging you with all the love and urgency of heaven. I'm not speaking this casually. I'm not whispering this from a distance. I'm right here beside you, and I'm crying out, please, open your heart to these words before 9 p.m. Don't scroll past this. Don't silence the voice that's been nudging you all day. Please don't ignore me again. I've tried to reach you so many times. I've whispered through dreams, I've sent signs through strangers, I've made songs play at the exact right moment, hoping you'd feel me. And now, this is the last moment. You have 35 seconds before the divine window closes. This message is holy. It will disappear, and if you delay, you will miss the very words that heaven hand-delivered just for your soul. Not for the world. Not for the crowd. Just for you. You are not here by accident. You didn't find this message by mistake. The path you've walked, the pain you've carried, the confusion you've buried, none of it has been invisible to heaven. I have been watching, not as a distant guardian, but as your shield, your protector, your faithful warrior. There were moments you didn't even know how close you came to danger. There were moments when darkness almost swallowed you whole. But I fought for you. I intervened. I stood between you and destruction. And I'm still doing it now. Because you matter more than you know. Because your life is not over. Because what's ahead of you is so miraculous, so divine, so sacred, that the enemy has been trying to distract you, lie to you, delay you, hoping you'd give up before your breakthrough came. God says you are about to walk into a room you didn't even know you were being prepared for. A table has been set in your name, and the moment your feet step into it, your entire life will shift. But first, you must hear this truth. You must listen. You must receive. Because God is about to reveal something you never imagined. There's been a person in your life, or maybe just outside your daily reach, someone whose role in your destiny is far deeper than you've understood. You may have felt their energy around you. You may have thought about them at the oddest moments. You may have heard their name when no one was speaking. There's a divine reason. There's something heaven is trying to tell you. This person has been praying for you. Secretly. Faithfully. When you had no words left. When you were too tired to pray for yourself. They stood in the gap. They called your name before God. They lit candles in the Spirit on your behalf. You don't know the full story, but you're about to. This person was sent by God to cover you spiritually, not as a savior, but as a reflection of the love God has for you. You have been carrying pain, but they have been carrying you. And you didn't even know it. But tonight, the veil is lifting. And your eyes will begin to see what was always hidden behind the curtain of confusion. And now, Archangel Michael leans in again with trembling in his voice, and says, "Please do not delay." The enemy knows how close you are to seeing clearly. That's why the distractions have increased. That's why your peace has been attacked. That's why you felt more tired than usual. That's why your emotions have been on edge. It's not a coincidence. It's warfare. The moment of breakthrough is too near, and the forces of darkness always scream loudest just before the light bursts through. But you must not give in to the noise. You must press in. Even if all you can say is, "God, I trust you," say it. Because your trust activates heaven. You may have been betrayed, forgotten, lied to, used, rejected. You may be asking, "Why do I keep going through this?" And God answers you now, saying, "Because I'm building something unshakable in you. Because I'm growing something eternal. Because I'm setting you apart for something so much bigger than survival. I am making you a light. And you are that light. Even when you feel surrounded by darkness. Even when you feel broken. Even when you doubt your own worth, God sees gold in you. You are not ordinary. You are not meant to blend in. That's why people don't understand you. That's why your path hasn't looked like anyone else's. That's why your suffering has been unique, because your calling is rare. And rare things are refined with precision. But tonight, this moment, this is a holy interruption. This is where the cycle breaks. This is where you finally see what heaven has been trying to show you for months. Do you feel that burning in your chest? That's not emotion. That's your spirit recognizing truth. That's the sound of chains breaking inside you. That's the presence of the Holy Spirit moving in. And that's why I, Archangel Michael, am weeping. Because I've been waiting for you to feel this. I've been waiting for you to know how deeply heaven loves you. Not in a surface way. In a soul-deep, eternity-changing, earth-shaking way. You are not forgotten. I don't care how long it's been. I don't care how many prayers you feel went unanswered. Every single one was caught. Every single one is still alive. And right now, they are returning to you, not empty, but fulfilled. Multiplied. Overflowing. You will reap in joy what you sowed in tears. You will laugh again. You will dance again. You will believe again. The heartbreak you experienced will not be the final chapter. The confusion you wrestled with will turn into clarity. The season of silence is over. God says this very hour, angels are being dispatched with instructions concerning you. Documents with your name are being moved to the top. People who were blind to your value are suddenly being awakened to your worth. Unexpected funds are being released. Hidden supporters are being revealed. Hidden enemies are being exposed. The delay is ending. The waiting is over. Your name is being whispered in rooms your feet haven't entered yet. You're not just seen, you're marked by heaven. You carry glory in your DNA. You carry authority in your voice. You carry legacy in your steps. You were never meant to play small. But to see this, you must stay alert. That's why the enemy wants you to ignore this. That's why he's tempting you to scroll, to close your heart, to say, maybe later. But I tell you, there is no later like this one. You have reached a divine intersection. The Spirit of God is breathing on you. If you respond, if you open your heart fully right now, miracles will begin unfolding in rapid motion. This is not the time to shrink back. It is not the time to isolate. You have been walking through life like a soldier carrying invisible wounds, but the healer is here. The Comforter is here. And I, Michael, promise you, you won't leave this encounter the same. This message is living. These words are anointed. They were formed in the throne room and placed in your hands by angels. Do not let them vanish. Hold them. Let them speak to every wounded place inside you. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not too late. You are not too far. You are not forgotten. You are not cursed. You are not rejected. You are His. You are called. You are cherished. You are crowned. And heaven is fighting for you even now. There is a door opening tonight. A divine door. And on the other side of it is the answer you've been crying for. The confirmation you didn't think would come. The peace your heart has been starving for. And if you step through it, if you simply say, "Yes, God, I trust you," then everything will change. Yes, it's that real. Yes, it's that urgent. Please don't delay. Please don't scroll away. Please don't put this off like it's any other moment. It's not. You've had many chances before, but none like this. That's why the spirit feels heavier. That's why your chest feels like it's trembling. That's why tears might be welling up. This isn't emotional manipulation, this is spiritual recognition. Your soul knows the sound of heaven when it speaks. And right now, heaven is roaring over you. I, Archangel Michael, declare protection over you. I declare victory over your home. I declare peace over your mind. I rebuke the spirit of delay. I cancel every attack sent against you. I release angelic warriors to stand at your doorposts. I anoint every room you step into. I command every hidden plot of darkness to be exposed. And I decree that your destiny will not be stolen. Not by fear. Not by shame. Not by confusion. Not by bitterness. Not by exhaustion. You will rise. You will rise. You will rise. And when you do, you'll understand why this message had to come when it did. You'll understand why it was sent urgently. Why it carried the weight it did. Because it's not just about today. It's about everything God is building through you for generations to come. Your life matters more than you know. Your purpose is bigger than your pain. Your future is louder than your past. And your story is not over. So pray now. Whisper if you must. God, I'm ready. Say it aloud. Feel heaven shift. Feel chains fall. Feel light return. This is the moment the old you fades and the real you emerges, shining, radiant, favored, bold, healed, delivered, and unshakably loved. If you believe in God, type Amen. This is not a random moment. This is not an accident. I, Archangel Michael, stand before you now, with divine urgency in my voice. And I am crying out to your soul because something is happening in the spiritual realm that concerns you directly. And if you do not listen right now, if you let this pass, you may miss the miracle that heaven prepared just for you. God says this message will vanish in 35 seconds. That is not to scare you, but to awaken you. Because too many times, you've been distracted at the very moment heaven was trying to get your attention. This is not the time to walk away. This is not the time to say, maybe later. Because there may be no later. This moment, this holy, trembling moment, is a divine appointment. God is watching. Heaven is silent now, waiting for your spirit to say yes. Waiting for your soul to open. Waiting for you to receive what is being poured out in these sacred words. God says, I promise you, you will cry when you hear what I have to say. Not because of sorrow, but because of truth. Because finally, what you've been sensing in your spirit, what you couldn't explain to anyone, what made you feel crazy, what made you feel alone, it's all about to be confirmed. You were never crazy. You were never forgotten. You were always heard. And what heaven is about to reveal will shake your soul awake. You are not reading this by chance. You have been divinely led here. Your spirit has been crying out for answers, for relief, for clarity, and heaven has responded. The angels have been dispatched. God Himself leaned forward on His throne and said, "Send this message now." And so I, Archangel Michael, was sent with urgency. I am not whispering. I am crying. I am warning. I am pleading. Because the enemy has been surrounding your life with traps, with illusions, with lies that almost made you give up. But now the light of heaven is cutting through the fog. You must understand what's happening behind the scenes. God says, I saw what they did. I saw what they said. I saw who left you when you needed them most. I heard the conversations you weren't supposed to hear. I saw the messages they deleted. I watched them smile in your face and curse you behind your back. But God also says, do not fear. Because I've seen it all, I've recorded it all, and now I will respond. Vengeance is mine. Justice is mine. And my child will not suffer in silence any longer. There is someone who pretends to love you, who pretends to protect you, but their heart has grown cold. They have said things about you that would crush you if you heard them. But God is blocking your ears for now because He is handling it. He is exposing what is hidden. He is rearranging people in your life. He is separating you from poison disguised as love. And though it may hurt, it is divine surgery. It is protection. It is mercy. You must understand how deep God's love for you is. It is relentless. It is fierce. It is consuming. There is not a second He is not thinking of you. And even now, as you read these words, your heart is beating faster, your soul is stirring. That is not just emotion. That is the Spirit of the Lord bearing witness with your spirit, saying, "This is truth." Listen. Take this seriously. I know what you've been through. I, Michael, have stood beside you in moments when darkness tried to consume you. I stood beside your bed while you wept in silence. I guarded you when demons tried to pull your mind into despair. I stood in front of you when you didn't even know you were under spiritual attack. And I held you when no one else saw your pain. I've been assigned to you. And now, God is giving the next instruction. You are about to walk into a moment that will define your entire life. The enemy knows it. That's why the warfare has increased. That's why people are turning strange. That's why everything feels intense. But God says, stand still. I am fighting for you. You do not need to figure everything out. You do not need to know every step. Just trust me. What I am doing behind the scenes is something so massive, so sacred, that you will only understand it once you are living inside the miracle. There is something you've been waiting for, praying for so long. Sometimes you've doubted whether it's even meant for you. Sometimes you've wondered if you missed your chance. But God says, I never took it away. I was just preparing you for it. And now the preparation is almost complete. That's why this message is coming with urgency. Because what's coming will require your full surrender. No more halfway faith. No more occasional trust. You must jump all in. There is an opportunity coming that won't make sense. It will seem sudden. It will come from a direction you least expect. But your spirit will recognize it immediately. Don't second guess it. Don't delay. That will be me, says the Lord. That will be the door I've kept locked until now. It will open quickly. And when it does, everything will change. But I must also tell you this, not everyone can come with you. Some people were only assigned to your past. They cannot survive the glory that is about to rest on your life. Don't mourn the people I remove. Don't try to bring them into places I never called them to be. If you do, they will only become weight. Let me do the separating. Let me do the pruning. Trust that I see what you cannot. There are miracles waiting in the wings. They have been delayed only because I was preparing you to carry them. I could have given them to you earlier, but you weren't ready. If I had given them then, they would have destroyed you. But now you're stronger. Now you're wiser. Now you're humbler. Now your heart is ready to carry what's sacred. And so the miracles are coming. Not one, not two, but a flood. A wave of divine breakthrough. Finances. Healing. revelation, reconnection, restoration, vindication, all at once. You must understand, this is not normal favor. This is not average blessing. This is divine compensation for the years of hidden suffering. For the times you obeyed and got punished. For the times you gave and got nothing back. For the times you were honest and got betrayed. I, the Lord, saw it all. And I, the Lord, will repay you in full. With interest. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. There's someone who wronged you and thought they got away with it. They laugh about it behind closed doors. But I tell you now, they will not laugh for long. My hand is moving. Not in rage, but in justice. You need not take revenge. You need not even speak. Just be still and watch. I will make it public. I will clear your name. I will defend your honor. They will know that you were always innocent. Archangel Michael says, I am commanding your angels to surround you with even greater power now. You are entering a holy time. What you say will carry weight. What you declare will come to pass. So speak life. Speak healing. Speak blessing. Speak favor. Speak miracles. Because your tongue is being anointed. Your voice is being infused with divine authority. Do not speak carelessly. Speak as a child of God. You are about to hear from someone you haven't spoken to in a long time. This person carries something important for your next season. They may come with awkward words. They may not even know why they feel the need to reach out. But God is behind it. And when they speak, listen closely. There is a divine clue in their message. It will confirm something you've secretly asked God to show you. And now, the clock is ticking. You are standing in a final moment of transition. What you do next matters. Heaven is waiting for your agreement. Say yes. Say yes to healing. Say yes to surrender. Say yes to moving forward. Say yes to trusting again. Say yes to believing that you are worthy of love, of blessing, of peace. God did not bring you this far just to abandon you. He did not protect you from destruction just to leave you wandering. There is a plan, and it is unfolding now. God says, I am sending someone to help you. Watch for the signs. Watch for the number 3. Watch for dreams. Watch for repeating phrases. I am speaking through unusual ways now because you have matured. I trust that you will recognize me in ways you never did before. And when you do, move quickly. Don't hesitate. Obedience will open the floodgates. You must prepare. You must clear space. You must declutter your spirit. Throw away what no longer serves your soul. Release the guilt. Release the regrets. Stop replaying the moments that broke you. I am writing a new chapter. You cannot hold on to ashes and expect me to give you beauty. Open your hands. Let me pour into you. This is your time. Not next year. Not someday. Now. This is the shift. This is the hour. This is the divine moment that all of heaven has been preparing you for. Do not miss it. Do not walk away. Do not delay one more time. Because I, the Lord, am standing in front of you, and I am speaking clearly, you are mine. You are loved. You are seen. You are safe. You are chosen. Now close your eyes, and whisper, I receive it. Say it with trembling if you must. Say it through tears if you have to. But say it. Because the moment you do, heaven moves. Angels fly. Chains break. Doors open. And everything begins to change. This is not just a message. This is your miracle. Archangel Michael says, I am begging you to open this message before 9 p.m. If you don't, something